And I state that without arrogance. I don't mean to be arrogant, but I am a realist. And as a realist, it would be absolutely unprofessional for me to sit here and pretend I'm not an exceptional human being. Because I am.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, I was just sitting here editing some videos and whatnot, and I wasn't even planning on making no videos today. But I saw this, and I feel like before we go into the new week, I needed to just get this out there because this is ridiculous. Like, this is ridiculous. This is the type of stuff that like really makes my blood boil sometimes. And so what I'm referring to is Rey Vargas. You know, Rey Vargas, he fought O'Shaquie Foster last night. He got his head boxed off. It wasn't a hard fight to score. It was actually, I would say, one of the easier championship fights to score in recent memory. You know, Rey Vargas is a good fighter, really good fighter. You know, he was 37-0 coming into last night. He lost, but he's 37-1, two-division champion. He really has nothing to hang his hat about. He's had a remarkable career, an awesome career in the sport of boxing. And there's no shame in challenging for your third division title in a weight class you never competed in and falling short to the better man on the night, even though he was the favorite, you know. So he lost the fight. And he did what a lot of fighters do, and I'm getting sick of this. It doesn't matter, like, even when fighters win sometimes, like, I'm getting sick of fighters not having skills to deal with certain styles and them, you know, just saying bullshit. Like, so let me tell you guys what Rey Vargas said, and I'll read it word for word in this quote, and then we'll dissect from there. But he stated the following, and I quote, "Respect to the judges. I think this decision was not fair. I don't agree, but I gotta respect. I don't agree with her, but I gotta respect her." I think he means like the judges. "I thought it was a lot closer than they looked. Weight difference may have gotten to me tonight. In boxing, you can use your legs to be technical, or you can use them to run. Foster used them to run. He ran around all night long." Now, when I was live for this fight, I kind of said it in joking, but I really meant it too. Because I go to a lot of fights, right? I go to a lot of fights. Or I have been to a lot of fights in the past. And particularly on the West Coast, which is where they were last night, the West Coast. Texas, maybe the Southwest. I don't know if you want to consider that the West Coast. But, you know, they were out in a predominantly Mexican area, full of Mexican fans. And I watch Mexican fans boo the shit out of, like, fighters who aren't Mexican for moving around the ring and saying that they're running around the ring. But then, like, Rey Vargas must have amnesia. He must have amnesia because by the middle rounds, O'Shaquie Foster was walking him down. He wasn't running around from him. It was actually Rey Vargas who was doing more of the running around the ring. And I didn't hear the Mexican fans keeping that same energy with, you know, their fighter. You know, and I'm just pointing it out. He was doing a lot of moving last night. And sometimes he needed to step to O'Shaquie, and he just couldn't do it. So that's just my observation. But this is like despicable. I'm getting sick of this, man. Like I don't like it when I didn't like it when Jaron Ennis did it. Like when Jaron Ennis fought Karen Chukajan, and Karen Chukajan was frustrating him and making him not look so good. You know, I thought, okay, Jaron Ennis needs to, you know, get better and improve some things. But then him and his dad started talking about all that running stuff. I didn't like it then. I don't like it now. I didn't like it when Teofimo Lopez made the excuse against Sandor Warren. I'm very consistent with that because the reality is this. Joe Louis said it best, and it's one of the most famous quotes in the history of anything, which is, you can run, but you can't hide. When you get in that boxing ring, there's no such thing as running or hiding. There's barely anywhere to go. I don't care if the ring is 22 feet. I don't care if it's 20 feet. I don't care if it's 18 feet. In the boxing ring, there is very little real estate to roam around and run. Anybody who's been in a boxing ring, sparred another person, you know, that can be a very lonely place. It can be a very lonely, somber, and sometimes intimidating place, a nervous place to be at. You know what I'm saying? So all this talk about, oh, he ran, I'm getting really sick of it in boxing. If dudes don't want guys to go run around the ring, quote unquote, like O'Shaquie Foster and Karen Chukajan and Sandor Martin, if they got a problem with that, then how about when they're preparing for a fight and they know they're going to fight a guy who can move and is fast, why don't they work on cutting off the ring? Rey Vargas is from Mexico. Why don't he pop in some tape and sit his ass on a couch and go study one of the Mexican greats at cutting off the ring, Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. Why don't you go watch him? You know, this is like how the opponent fights and your inability to negate the style. You don't get the chance to make an excuse because you suck at that fighting that style, and that's what it is. If I fight, and I hate to sound harsh because who am I? You know, I'm just a kid from Dania, you know, who covers boxing. You know, I never competed at that level, so I'm not trying to be a critic because when I critique it, that comes back to me. You know, but like I gotta call it out for what it is. If you can't deal with that style, then just say, listen, he was the better man. I couldn't handle what he was doing. I gotta get better in dealing with that style, and I'll come back better. And call it a day. Call it a day. Move on to bigger and better things. But no, you want to demean O'Shaquie Foster and what he's done in his career and say that he ran around the ring. Now, are there a lot of fighters in boxing who I feel like have a lot of ability, and sometimes maybe they do too much movement and they could probably give people a much more dominant and better performance? Yes, O'Shaquie ain't one of them, but yes, like sometimes I watch Devin Haney, when I watch like Shakur, when I watch Keyshawn Davis, sometimes these guys I feel like could do more. You know, a lot of guys, a lot of guys that move around too much. I get the sentiments, I get where he's coming from, but I'm getting sick of it. Like I'm just getting sick of it. Guys complain when they win about guys moving around. Guys complain when they lose about guys moving around. It's not their job to make your life easier. It's your job in the ring to impose your will on the fight and make your opponent bend to your will and dominate him. Not, you know, stand in the middle of the ring or fight the style you want him to fight so that you have a chance to win. No. Get some more tools in your toolbox. Or just duck, or just do what Jaime Munguia does. Do what Jaime Munguia does. Do what Jamal Charlo does. Just duck fighters with certain styles. Just duck fighters with certain styles and fight guys that you can beat and get called out for that. But yeah, that's the news. I don't want to harp on this too much longer. But yeah, Rey Vargas out here making excuses saying that he can't beat O'Shaquie Foster because he ran around the ring all night, which I think is just disgraceful and pitiful for a guy that's, you know, a good fighter, likable guy, accomplished a lot in his career to be proud of. There's no reason for him to be coming out and talking like this, but he is, and it's you know, if we're gonna call out Deontay Wilder for making excuses, if we're gonna call out, you know, Jaron Ennis for making for saying that Karen Chuka John ran around the ring, if we're gonna call out you know, I'm all about being fair, man. Like, you know, if we're going to call out Canelo for saying that, you know, he got tired and that's why he lost Bivol. No, we keep the same energy for everybody. We don't give a damn, you know. So get better, use it as a learning experience, and stop making excuses, Mr. Rey Vargas. And yeah, you guys, let me know what you guys think. You guys think I'm out of pocket? Because I know, generally speaking, if I'm ever critical of fighters from Mexico, I always get those comments. You know, you hate Mexican fighters, which I think is the funniest thing ever. If you really knew me, you would know that's not true. But I'm not here to argue with nobody. Listen, I've spent a lot of time in the past arguing with people, trying to prove myself. This ain't the year for that. We're not doing that all this year. I'm not arguing with nobody. I'm not going back and forth. I'm not doing tit for tat. That's just what it's gonna be. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.